It started with a single tweet, a joke, a lie, a moment of online chaos. Within hours, millions had seen it. Within days, someone's life was destroyed. But what if I told you the story wasn't over? That one man's silent kindness would turn a hoax into something no one expected. Meet Jordan, quiet, soft-spoken, and the kind of man who never says no to helping a stranger. He's the guy who gives his last $10 to someone on the street, helps his neighbor's sick mother, and never asks for anything in return. So when a viral hoax named him falsely as a criminal, the world turned on him in an instant. Cancelled, fired, threatened, forgotten. But what the internet didn't know was that Jordan's years of quiet kindness had planted seeds in people's hearts. And when everything collapsed, those small acts, they came back in the most unexpected way. This is the story of how compassion can echo louder than hate, and how one man's pain sparked a chain of redemption the world never saw coming. Stay with us, because by the end, you'll believe in the power of humanity again.
Subscribe to Nup Stories. Jordan was the kind of man who found peace in simple routines. Every morning he walked his dog Max down the tree-lined streets of his small town. The smell of fresh coffee drifting from the corner cafe, the distant laughter of children playing, these were the moments he cherished most. He worked at the local hardware store where everyone knew his name. To his co-workers, he was dependable, the one who covered a shift without hesitation, who remembered birthdays and brought homemade cookies to share. But Jordan's kindness wasn't about being seen. It was about doing what felt right. Behind his quiet smile, though, life hadn't been easy. Years ago, Jordan had lost his father to illness, and since then he had taken care of his aging mother, who struggled with arthritis. The weight of responsibility often made his shoulders ache, but he never let it show. Instead, he carried on, one act of kindness at a time. One chilly autumn evening, Jordan stopped by the cafe before heading home. As he waited in line, he noticed an elderly man outside, struggling to fix his broken wheelchair tire. Without a second thought, Jordan stepped outside, crouched beside the man, and began to help. "Here, let me try," Jordan said quietly. His hands, steady and patient, worked with practiced ease. The man's eyes softened. "Thank you, son. It's rare to see kindness like this these days." Jordan smiled, shrugging it off. Chuckles, just doing what anyone should. Little did he know, this simple moment of goodwill unnoticed by the bustling crowd would later become a lifeline in ways he never imagined. But that same night, somewhere deep in the endless world of social media, a cruel lie was born. A twisted story that would tear through Jordan's quiet life like wildfire. The next morning, Jordan's phone buzzed endlessly. Texts, calls, notifications flooding in. At first, he thought it was a prank or a mistake, but then he saw it. A viral post spreading like wildfire, accusing him of a crime he didn't commit. Trembling, "Have you seen this?" his co-worker asked. "They say you were involved in that robbery downtown. It's all over social media." Jordan blinked, heart pounding. The images were doctored, the details twisted, but the damage was real. He tried calling friends, family, but many wouldn't answer. Some hung up abruptly. Even his mother seemed distant on the phone, her voice heavy with worry. His mind raced, every doubt and fear crashing down. Frustrated, how could this happen? Confused, why me? Days passed. The hardware store owner called. Regretfully, "We're sorry, Jordan. We can't have this kind of attention here." Fired. Just like that. He became a stranger in his own town. People crossed the street to avoid him, whispered behind his back. The weight of isolation pressed down like a storm. But amid the shadows, something unexpected flickered. A message from a stranger. Kindly, "I believe you. Remember that time you helped me fix my car last year?" Jordan's days blurred into one long stretch of silence and suspicion.
But in the quiet, a few voices began to rise. Voices of those he had helped, quietly standing up for him. One afternoon, as Jordan sat alone on a park bench, a woman approached. Her eyes were kind but determined. "Jordan, it's Maya, the woman whose mother you helped when she was sick," she said, holding out a worn photograph. "I wanted to tell you, the whole town's talking. People remember what you did. They believe in you." Jordan's throat tightened. After weeks of feeling invisible and forgotten, her words felt like a lifeline. Slowly, more people came forward. Neighbors, co-workers, even strangers who remembered a small kindness here, a helping hand there. The whispers of doubt turned into a chorus of support. But the real turning point came on a rainy evening when Jordan received a call he never expected. "Jordan, it's Michael. The man you helped fix his wheelchair tire that cold autumn night. I've been trying to find you." Michael's voice was steady but urgent. "I have proof that clears your name. The real story is out there. We're going to fix this." That moment when kindness returned to save him was more than justice. It was a reminder that compassion is stronger than cruelty, that every small act has a ripple effect, sometimes coming back when you need it most. Jordan's story isn't just about a viral hoax gone wrong. It's about resilience born from kindness, about a community rising to defend one of their own, about how, even in the darkest moments, humanity can shine through. And that's why this story matters, because kindness, no matter how small, has the power to change lives. The evidence Michael brought wasn't just a lifeline, it was a beacon of truth that cut through the lies. With the support of those Jordan had quietly helped over the years, the real story came to light. The viral hoax was exposed, the false accusations were withdrawn, and slowly the town began to heal from the damage caused by a single moment of online cruelty. But the most powerful moment wasn't the official apology or the news headlines. It was the quiet gathering in the town square, neighbors, friends, even strangers, standing together to show Jordan he was never truly alone. Jordan stood there, overwhelmed but hopeful, surrounded by the faces of people whose lives he had touched. The kindness he had sown in small, unseen ways was now blossoming into a community's embrace. In that moment, he realized something profound. Kindness is not a weakness. It's a strength that builds resilience, that creates connections, and that can save a life, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. So next time you feel like your small act of kindness doesn't matter, remember Jordan's story. Because kindness, even in silence, echoes louder than hate. And it has the power to bring light to the darkest storms. If this story moved you, hit that like button and share it, because the world needs more kindness. Subscribe NUP Stories for more real-life stories that remind us how one small act can change everything. And in the comments, tell us, has a simple act of kindness ever changed your life? Let's build a community where compassion speaks louder than hate, because in a world full of noise, kindness still echoes.